Linda Ronstadt's voice powered hits like Blue Bayou and You're No Good for decades. She was first told it was Parkinson's. Doctors later diagnosed progressive supranuclear palsy, a rare brain disorder that took away her ability to sing. Ronstadt didn't chase a comeback. Instead, she turned to memoirs and documentaries and preserving the music traditions she loved. Her recordings still reach new fans, even as the illness limits her daily life. Michael J. Fox was Marty McFly in Back to the Future when a small tremor changed everything. Diagnosed with Parkinson's in 1991, he kept it private for 7 years before going public in 1998. He then founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. The disease has brought falls, injuries, and mobility struggles. He retired from regular acting in 2020, but in 2026 he returned for a guest role in Shrinking, playing a man with Parkinson's. His foundation remains one of the most influential in medical research today. Wendy Williams built a career on her bold voice and daytime talk show. Health struggles led her to step away in 2021, and by 2022, her show had ended. In 2024, she was diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontal temporal dementia. Williams has pushed back publicly, insisting she understands her situation and wants more control over her own life. Her story remains complicated, but her determination to be heard has not faded. Bruce Willis starred in Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, and The Sixth Sense before his family announced his retirement in 2022 due to aphasia. Months later, they shared that it had progressed to frontal temporal dementia. Willis has stepped back from public life, living in a calm, supportive home environment. His wife, Emma Hemming Willis, has shared updates while protecting his privacy. She's confirmed he still recognizes his loved ones and holds on to important memories, even as the disease continues to change other parts of his life. During a 2026 show, New Found Glory's Chad Gilbert lost control of his hand and leg. Scans revealed brain tumors. His cancer battle had already lasted nearly 5 years, eventually diagnosed as stage 4 adrenocortical carcinoma. Surgery and radiation followed. Gilbert regained movement in his hand and set one goal: get back on stage. In June 2026, using a motorized scooter, he returned to perform in Nashville, his wife and daughter watching from the crowd. His fight continues, but so does his music. In early 2025, headaches sent Teddy Mellencamp to the hospital. Doctors found brain tumors linked to melanoma first found in 2022. After emergency surgery, she began radiation and immunotherapy for stage 4 cancer that had spread to her brain and lungs. She spoke openly about fear and fatigue while raising her children through it all. By late 2025, scans showed no active cancer. She remains on treatment and closely monitored, but her family has real hope. Christina Applegate's MS diagnosis in 2021 reshaped the final season of Dead to Me, often filming from a wheelchair. The disease has brought severe pain and limited mobility. At the 2023 SAG Awards, she walked with a cane reading FUMS, refusing to hide her reality. By 2026, she spends much of her time resting at home, but still co-hosts the Messy podcast and writes honestly about her experience. Applegate doesn't call MS a gift. She calls it a disease she's learning to live with, openly and without shame. In 2024, Céline Dion revealed she had stiff person syndrome, a rare disorder affecting muscle control and her voice. She stepped away from touring to focus on treatment. Her documentary, I Am Céline Dion, showed the real work behind her recovery. Then, in July 2024, she stood beneath the Eiffel Tower and sang at the Paris Olympics, her first live performance in years. It wasn't a full recovery, but it proved her voice and her determination are still here. In 2025, AHA's Morden Harkett revealed his Parkinson's diagnosis, a huge shock for fans of Take On Me. He'd undergone deep brain stimulation surgery in 2024, which helped but didn't fully restore his control. Harkett has been honest that he's unsure if he can sing the way he used to. He's still working on new songs without promises of when or if they'll be finished. He's asked fans not to worry too much, saying he's receiving good care and taking things one day at a time. In 2025, Billy Joel canceled his remaining concerts after being diagnosed with normal pressure hydrocephalus, a fluid buildup affecting his balance and vision. He focused on physical therapy and rehab with his family support.
In January 2026, he surprised fans with a brief return to the stage, using a cane. His daughter later shared that he's recovering well and taking it seriously. His full concert schedule isn't back yet, but the progress has been real.
Zac Brown Band's John Driscoll Hopkins was diagnosed with ALS in 2021, a disease that slowly affects muscle control. Rather than step away, Hopkins kept touring and performing whenever he could. He and his wife created Hop on a Cure, a foundation funding ALS research. He's also released deeply personal music, including a song written for his family. By 2026, Hopkins' Broadway star Aaron Lazar built his career in Les Miserables and Dear Evan Hansen before his ALS diagnosis around 2022. He kept it private for over a year, even from his sons, before going public in 2024. Instead of stepping back, Lazar created The Impossible Dream, a storytelling and music project featuring Sting, Josh Groban, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. It earned the Grammy nomination and raised major support for ALS research. Lazar continues acting, speaking, and advocating, turning his diagnosis into some of the most meaningful work of his career. In 2013, Billy Connolly was diagnosed with both Parkinson's and prostate cancer in the same week. The cancer was treated successfully, but Parkinson's has continued. He eventually retired from stand-up comedy as his balance and speech changed. But Connolly didn't stop creating. He's continued appearing in travel shows, writing books, and painting, finding new ways to express his humor and creativity. Friends say his health has changed, but his wit remains unmistakably his own. In Netflix's The Four Seasons, Alan Alda played a man with Parkinson's, a role that mirrored his own life since his 2015 diagnosis. He went public in 2018, choosing to share the news himself rather than let rumors spread. Daily tasks now take him longer, and he also lives with face blindness. Still, he keeps recording his clear and vivid podcasts and supporting science communication. With his wife Arlene by his side, Alda continues working, meeting each challenge with the same humor that's defined his